Apologies for that. We look like we were having some technical difficulties. The play continues as the Ravens now in the zone at the blue line. They're looking to set up a couple of moves there, and now a shot towards the net. It hits the body and goes wide. Falcons with it. Falcons go across the zone, and now the Ravens have to be quick. Falcons cutting in, and now a pass. There isn't anybody there for the Falcons as they come try to do a cross-seam pass across the zone. Now the play into the neutral zone. Falcons have to touch up, and now the same player is going to walk their way in. A couple of moves to the outside. Now a shot right on. Saved by Babcock, who holds onto that one. 4 minutes and 44 seconds remains in the first period. Tran out to take the face off. She's got Kay and Tran with her. Late change there by the visitor team. They were told no, they can't go, so they drop the puck and the Ravens pick it up. Kay passes it forward looking for Tran. Tran, she's got some speed. She's cutting through the neutral zone. Tran puts it to the outside. Pass was, or a shot goes on net. I think it was backhanded, and now it's going to be a stoppage in play as the goaltender holds on to that one. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remains in the first period. We're tied at 0. Face-off is going to be to the right side of the goaltender. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Ravens. They're going to feather it towards the net, looking for someone to pick it up, and now a shot hits a body and goes to the outside. From the outside, comes back to the point. Ravens with it now. Ravens cut to the net. Ravens now lose with a stick check, lose a handle on it. Now it comes right back out front. Unable to capitalize on that, though. The Falcons cleared to the neutral zone. It's on the stick of Sear. Sear goes D to D. He gets in front of the defender, but out of the zone, and now the Falcons have to touch up. Sear's going to pick it up from behind the net. She's going to start spooling it up. Sear has some room. She cuts to the outside through the first player, gets stopped by the second player. And the penalty is coming up. We got a penalty called, and it's going to be against the Surrey Falcons for body checking with 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the first period. Oh, the penalty is actually against the Ravens. It's a body check, and now the Ravens go to the penalty kill. They got into penalty trouble in the last game, and that put them down a couple of goals they had to claw back out of. I see Morin, Hernandez, Cabana, and David out there for the penalty killing unit. Face-off goes to the point, slot. From the slot, the Ravens unable to get a handle on that one as the shot gets put towards the net. It hits some feet and goes over to the far side. The Falcons unable to hold it in the zone, and now it comes back into the Raven zone. Ravens put it all the way down the ice, and that's going to kill off a few seconds of the penalty. We have 1:36 remaining in the man advantage for the Falcons. Falcons with some speed to the neutral zone. They walk their way in and now try to cut around the Ravens forward or defender, David. She's having none of that as she brings the puck over into the corner. And now from the top of the circles, it goes out to the point. From the point, shot towards the net, wide of the net as it goes out the far side. Now short side, they try to take a shot. That's blocked, and now it comes out to the high slot. From the high slot to the point, from the point down low. Ravens put some pressure on there, and now it comes back down low. From down low, the girl loses her footing. She puts it in the slot, and now a shot wide of the net. It comes over to the near side. One of the Falcons players is in the net being held by Morin, and the moorings come off as the net's kicked off, and we get a stoppage in play. 52 seconds remains in the man advantage for the Surrey Falcons. Face off will be to the right side of Babcock. Amadei is out for the defense. We got Tran and Kay out there. Puck is dropped, face off one. It goes over to the far side as the shot goes wide of the net. Basquette there trying to put some pressure on. Now Tran. They get it as far as the blue line before it gets turned back. Now a fan on the shot. Tran's right there. Tran puts a stick on it, comes over to Amadei, and she's going to get it all the way down the ice. The Ravens kill a little more time off, 26 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Play comes up the near side. Ravens try and slow that down. Falcons with it as they cut across the blue line. Falcons looking to set up. They're going to shoot it high over the net. It bounces off the back wall and onto the netting. It's still bouncing on the netting. Now they clear it out. It comes out to the front of the net. Babcock dives on top of that and kicks her net off her while she's doing it. That's going to be a stoppage in play with 6 seconds remaining in the advantage for the Surrey Falcons. Amade, Nishi. Play comes over the corner. Amade with a stick on that one. They're trying to work it right out front. It goes out the far side and a shot towards the net comes over to the near side. And now on the stick of Amade, she tries to fire it down ice and it gets all the way down ice and the Ravens give chase. There's 2 minutes left. Ravens unable to get there first as the play continues around the far side. Now they get a stick on that and they bring it over to the near side. Pass to the middle, read by the Ravens. Ravens chip it off the wall and away they go with it. That's Sear with it on her stick. Sear gets it deep before the Falcons take over. Falcons regain control and they try to do a stretch pass up the wall. It's a one touch and in they go with it as the Falcons head for a change. Morin picks it up behind her net. Morin passes it forward, looking for Wing. Wing cuts to the middle. Wing being watched as she's going to double back. She passes it back over, looking for Morin. Morin comes over to the near side, looking for David. Now it's backhanded forward, picked off by the Falcons. Falcons walk into a shooting position and held to the outside there by Sear. Sear, great job there on the defensive side. Now she loses the handle on the far side. Morin steps in to help her out. Morin now puts it back out. It gets to the neutral zone and down the ice. 40 seconds remains in the period. Play turns back. Falcons to the outside. They're going to dump it in. It comes over to the near side. David comes over to pick that up. David with a little bit of pressure on her. She tries to pass it in behind the net. There's 2 Falcons there. David comes in. She's going to pass it forward looking for Tran. Tran being watched. Tran loses the handle on it. David goes back to work down low. Play stays to the outside. Now from the outside, the puck picked off by Sear. Sear's going to pass it forward for Kay. Kay just lets that one go down the ice with 6 seconds remaining. We're going to have no ice picked up there by the Falcons. They're going to put it off the wall, and that's going to do it for the first period. Shots on goal are 6-5 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. We're tied at 0, and the coaches go to work for about 1:30. Welcome back as we get set to start the second period. The game is tied at 0. I see McDonald. I see Miguel. I see Sear. Babcock's making her way down the ice. We have the other Sear girl out there as well. I think it's Nishi is the other defender that's on the ice right now. Pardon me, Amade. Sabre takes the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won there by the Falcons with some substantial help from the forwards, and now the play comes into the Ravens zone. They chip it around the player as it goes in behind the Ravens net. From behind the net, they look to center it. That's picked up by the Ravens, and they push it to the outside. Ravens with some speed are going to cut down the wall, far wall, and now cut out around the outside. They're going to get angled off, and now the play continues as the Falcons pick it up. Falcons down the near wall. They get to the blue line into the neutral zone, and the Ravens turn it back the other way. Ravens fire it deep and go for a change. Ravens watching as the Falcons pick it up and go back down ice with it. It gets fired into the near corner for the Richmond Ravens, and it's picked up by Nishi. Nishi with some speed around to the far side. Her pass forward, a little hot to handle, and now the Ravens get it out to the neutral zone. Basquette put some pressure on there, but the Falcons gain center and fire deep. Play goes around to the far side. It's chipped forward and now backhanded out to the wall. Ravens unable to clear the zone though as the Falcons look to cut to the middle. Now they go to the outside, double back. Their button hook goes out into a shooting position and now into the slot. Fan on the shot there as the Ravens are able to get it back out to the neutral zone. Falcons with it again. They're going to go D to D. And now they're attempted to dump it, ends up on the stick of the Ravens, and the Ravens are going to stretch it out, looking for Hernandez. Hernandez leaves it there for Cabana. Cabana around the outside. She gets to the front. The poke checked there by the goaltender, and the puck goes back into the corner. Hernandez with it on her stick. She's being watched, though, and the puck comes back to the blue line and back out down the ice. Back after it is David. David with it on her stick. She finds an open Raven who fires it into the corner as the Ravens go for a change. From behind the net, the Falcons reverse the play over to the far side. From the other side, Ravens interrupt the pass, and now Morin has it. She's going to pass it forward. That's picked out of the air by the Falcons and fired back down in the Ravens zone. From behind the net, the Ravens have it. They pass up the wall. Hits a body and goes high in the air, but gets out to the neutral zone. I think they're going to say that it was a hand pass, and the play is going to come back to just outside the Falcon zone with 17 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the second period. Puck is dropped, face-off won there by the Falcons. It goes back to the blue line on the Ravens side. Ravens are going to go off the wall, and now with it is Tran. Tran, she's going to cut to the middle. Tran loses the handle, it comes back to her. Now she's going to carry it back through all of the players. Tran doubles back. Now she tries to feed it to the middle for her sister, and that gets on the stick of one of the Falcons, and the Falcons go back the other way. Falcons cut to the middle, and they take a shot that hits the body and goes well to the outside. Play down low into the corner, and now on the Tran's stick. Tran battling on the wall for it, and it comes back out to the high slot, and now from the high slot, it's on the stick of the Ravens defender. She's going to pass it forward, looking for Wing, and Wing loses the handle, and now it comes back into the corner. Tran gets pressure down low. It's chipped off the wall, and Kay comes in. Kay, puck goes just past her, and now Macy with a couple of moves. She shoots it right on, and that's saved by the goaltender who holds on to that. With 16:43 remaining in the second period. Miguel to take the face-off for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped. It goes won by Miguel back to the blue line. From the blue line, Macy tries a shot. It hits some skates, and that goes over to the wall. She picks it up again, and now she fires it back in. Hits a player, and now the play goes in behind the net. The far side as the Falcons don't like what they saw on this near side. Now the play put back deep. Kay gets chase. Case gets taken down, but the play continues. And the Ravens hold it in the zone. Play still continuing on the blue line. Kay with a stick lift there, and now back to the blue paint before it goes over to the far side. And the Falcons get it out of the zone. Falcons carry it up the ice. They're going to fire it in towards Babcock. She's just going to kick that over into the corner and let the play continue. It goes around to the far side. From the far side, the Ravens are going to skate up the ice with it. Ravens with a move, but it's back all the way down. Ravens keep pushing, and now they draw a penalty. Penalty is going to be against the Surrey Falcons as Amadei worked their way up the wall and around the defender. Desperate, she put her body into Amadei, and that called drew a penalty. 15:46 remains in the second period. Ravens go to the power play. McDonald to take the face-off. Face-off won by the... It goes out to the wall. Play continues, and now a penalty called against the Richmond Ravens. It's going to be given to the captain, McDonald. My apologies. I think that's Miguel for... I'm still wrong. It's Hernandez for tripping with... We'll be playing 4-on-4 now for a minute 54 or less. 15:39 remains in the second period. The ice is going to get opened up here now as the face-off is going to the right side of Babcock, deep in the Ravens zone. Face-off won by the Ravens. They try to put it off the wall, but it's picked up there by the Falcons. The Falcons cut to the middle, and Ravens read that. Now the Ravens put it out to the outside. Ravens with a chip and a chase, and Cabana's off to the races. Cabana has McDonald in the middle. She stops up behind the net. Now she goes back the other way. A couple of quick moves there. Cabana now to the outside. She goes back to the blue line. Ravens from the blue line. They shoot it towards the net. It's just wide and in deep. McDonald battling on the wall, but it's on the stick of one of the Falcons. The Falcons come up ice. Falcons to the outside. Now they try to cut to the middle. Ravens have none of that as they stop that and go out the other side with it. Now the Ravens with some speed cut to the middle, and the pass comes over in onto the stick of one of the Falcons. Ravens put it over on the far side for some open ice. McDonald steps in and she stops that play. Now the play comes in behind the net. Chipped around to the near side where Cabana waits for it. Cabana lets that one go back to the blue line. In the blue line, the shot hits a body. Now to Cabana. Cabana shoots it, hits a stick and goes wide of the net. And now the Falcons come back up ice. Falcons with the stretch pass. It connects, and now they stop up at the blue line. The Ravens strip them of the puck. Now the Falcons try to fire it deep. They get it deep. We got 38 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4, and then there'll be a brief power play for the Falcons. Play comes all the way down the ice. Falcons collect it, and they're going to go in behind their net as they're being watched by Basket. Play goes back over. Ravens pushing them back. Basket pushes it, chases them out. It goes over to the far side, now across to the near side. From the near side, Morin gets a stick on that and slows them down. Play continues back to the Ravens blue line. Morin with it. Morin goes to Nishi. I think that's Nishi. It goes up the wall. And now onto the stick of Tran. Tran unable to handle it cleanly on her backhand. Now the Ravens on a penalty kill for 2 seconds. It goes over to the near side. Tran in after it. It goes over to the far side, and we're 5-on-5. And the puck is deep in the Falcon zone. Okay, puck gets out to the blue line, shot by David, and right into the glove of the waiting Surrey Falcon goaltender. She makes that save, holds on to it, and we get a stoppage in play with 13 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the second period. Game is still scoreless with Sear out to take the face-off. Puck drops here, runs it to the wall, picked up by a Falcon. She goes in behind the net. Tran gets a stick on it, but unable to handle it cleanly. Now Tran goes in and picks it up. Tran with a stick check, and the puck goes out to the wall. Sear goes in after it. Now it comes back into the corner. Tran puts it over to the near side, looking for Kay. Kay gets a stick there, but unable to stop the advancement of the Falcons as they get it out to the neutral zone. Ravens running out of room there. They get it back deep and give chase. Kay in after it. Play is reversed. Now it comes to the side of the net and we get a whistle. With the goaltender holding on to it, and we get 12:55 remaining in the second period. Puck is dropped, face-off won by the Falcons. Falcons looking for a direction to go. They go up the wall on the far side, held there by Morin. Morin reverses the play up the wall. Ravens get it out to the neutral. The Falcons get out to the neutral zone before Morin puts it back deep. Falcons are going to put it around the wall on the near side. Stepping up on that is David. She gets enough on it to hold it in. It comes back to Kay. Kay kicks it to her feet. Now she passes it into the high slot looking for a Raven, but there wasn't anyone there as they're on the change. Play goes forward onto the stick of the Falcons. They go through the neutral zone, and the Ravens get control of it. It's on Sear's stick. Sear with a movement to the outside. She gets across center ice and goes for a change. The goaltender comes out to play it as the Ravens gets a few more bodies on the ice. Now the Falcons working their way in their own zone. They come up out of the zone and through the neutral zone. Now they're going to shoot it. A long shot from towards the net. It bounces in behind, and the Falcons get into battle for it. Now a shot hits a body in front as the Ravens finally pick it up. Ravens, Miguel has it, and she's going to cut to the middle. Miguel looking for some open ice. Miguel with a stretch pass. That's picked off by a Falcon. The Ravens fighting for it. That's McDonald. McDonald gets it deep. Miguel in watching a Falcons player as it goes over to the far side. Falcons get stopped up by Miguel. Cabana gets a stick on it. Cabana over for basket. Can't put the puck in as it's stopped by the goaltender. Now the play comes back into the neutral zone. Macy has to be quick. Ravens touch up, and now they have to go back in after. A great chance there for the Ravens. Good play there by the goaltender. Ravens strip the puck off the player, and now a shot from the point. Oh, a couple of moves there. It goes over to the far side, and the Ravens have to retreat as there's three skaters wide going down the ice. They get around the player, and they have a couple of moves before it cuts to the outside, and they lose a handle on it deep in the Ravens zone. The battle ensues in the corner. As the play slows down a little bit. Now the Ravens have it with a couple of moves. They work their way out. Pass forward, and the Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. Ravens, though, get body position. Play stays in the zone. Now comes back down low briefly before the Falcons get control of it and put it out into the neutral zone again. Play comes around for Hernandez. Hernandez with it on her stick. She's going to backhand it in. She's going to go for a change. In after it is Kay. Basket. Play around to the near side. Now played up the wall. Stepping up on that. The Ravens hold it in. Now put back in. Tran puts some pressure on behind the net. It goes over to the far side. Now stopped by Tran on the far side. Ravens able to put it back down low. Tran steps in. She drops it back for Wing. Now back to the blue line. Held at the blue line by the Ravens. Ravens with a shot. Blocked. Now Tran with it. Tran tries to walk the blue line. It bounces around the high slot before it gets pushed to the outside. They put it around to the far side. Back to the blue line. Held by Nishi. Nishi puts it towards the net. Kick to the corner by the goaltender. Puck goes straight up in the air. Bounces back down and now sealed off on the wall by Tran before it gets chipped around the player. And now we have a one-on-one the other way. She cuts to the middle, and now a backhand shot saved by Babcock, and it's in underneath of her. 9 minutes and 17 seconds remains in the second period. 0-0 is the score. Face-off will go to the right side of Babcock. Miguel comes out to take the face-off for the Ravens. Miguel gets pushed out of the face-off circle by the ref. Sear comes in to take it. Puck is dropped. Face-off one back to the blue line. Shot towards the net. Hits a body in front. And the Ravens able to push it to the outside. Now from the corner, a battle starts down on the near side. It comes back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line. Blocked there by the Ravens. The Ravens unable to get the speed to get down the ice. Now Sear gets it into the zone and then seals off the wall. And Miguel tries to get it in. Miguel gets it for Tran. Tran, she's going to set it up. Tran back to the blue line. David with a D-to-D for Morin. Morin, she's going to shoot it. Comes out the near side and now in behind the net. Back up the ice. The Ravens hold it in briefly before it gets on the stick. Now they get it again. It gets chipped back in. Sear's going to give chase as she was able to hold the blue line for quite some time there. Puck back to the blue line, held by Morin. Morin shovels it forward. It goes back along the wall. Ravens able to get it in. And now a shot through the blue paint and comes back out to the top of the circles. Ravens jump in on that one as David puts it in down low. Sear picks it up behind the net. Sear tries to put it down low for McDonald, I think. No, McDonald steps in after right now. Hernandez was the one, and that went up in the air on a shot from Sear and handled by the goaltender, who holds onto that one. We get a stoppage of play with 8:02 remaining in the second period. Hernandez to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off one cleanly by Hernandez. It goes back to the point. The shot from the point tipped just wide by the Ravens. Hernandez has it on her stick on the far side. She's going to try and backhand it for the goal or for the defender. Shot towards the net, hits a skate. Now the Ravens unable to capitalize on that one. Hernandez working it down low. Hernandez takes a body, but continues with the play. And now comes right over front. Ravens, Cabana can't get the shot off. It comes over to the near side. Cabana puts it back to the blue line. She takes a hit. Now there's a penalty going to be called. Ravens with the puck right now. McDonald with it on the stick. McDonald puts it into the slot. She can't get a good shot off, and now the penalty is called with 7 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the second period. The Ravens go to the power play. Face-off is going to be the right side of the Falcons goaltender. Penalty will be body checking. 2 minutes goes on the clock. Tran comes out to take the face-off. She's got Basket on one side and Wing on the other. Tran puts it over towards the net. It gets around to the far side, reversed on the near side, and it goes out to the blue line. Ravens hold the blue and now shoot it towards the net. It goes just wide and goes out the wall on the far side. Ravens pick it up though. Now they continue to carry it, walking the blue line with it. They lose a handle on it, and now it comes out of the zone. And the Falcon player is just about off to the races. I think she might have actually tripped over the linesman. Ravens are just going to carry it in, lose a handle with it, but now they pick it up. Their pass goes across into the high slot. Now it gets cleared down the ice. Babcock stops that one and just pushes it over as both teams go for a change. Ravens being watched as they come in behind the net. Now it goes up the wall, play read by the Falcon forward, and it comes over to the near side on the stick of Sear. Sear gets in a battle behind her own net, and she comes out with it. Sear now has a little bit of open ice. Her pass forward gets out in front of Tran. Now it goes over to the far side where Sear's going to have to collect that again. Sorry, that's Amadei. Amadei now puts it off the far wall. The Ravens have to be a little quicker because now it's picked up by the Falcons. Falcons are going to carry it into the corner. Falcons now. Play continues. The Ravens have it. They go up off the wall. They're being held in their own zone by the penalty killers. Falcons go down low with it. Now a pass out front. It goes out the far side. The first one there is Basket. Basket now with a little bit of room. She's going to carry it up ice. Basket fans on a shot. Play continues. It comes over to the near side. Back out to the point. From the point, David with a shot. Gets a body in front and it goes over to the far side. David with it. She finds Basket back door. The shot off the shoulder of the goaltender who makes the save. David with it. David with a slap shot. Goaltender handles that one through traffic, and we get a stoppage in play with 3 seconds remaining in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. Face off deep in the Falcon zone. It's going to be the left side of the goaltender. Tran Miguel and Sear out there for the forwards. Macy and David are the defenders. Miguel's going to take the face off. Puck drop, face off won by the Ravens. It's on the stick of Tran. She can't get a clean shot off. Sear gets a stick in, and now the Falcons have it. The Falcons get the puck to the top of the circles where a shot gets shown from the Ravens, but it goes over the net. Now chipped back deep by the Ravens. Miguel in after it. Miguel stops it up, and the play gets turned back the other way. Ravens step in on that one. Miguel leaves it. The puck goes off the stick this time. There's a shot from the Ravens Sear. Now over for Miguel. She passes it across looking for David. Sorry, for Macy. Macy stops up and loses the handle on it. Now the Ravens have to touch back up. Macy winds with it. Now Macy passes it forward. That lead pass onto the stick of the Ravens, and now they're going to carry it back in. Puck comes into the high slot. Ravens with it. Ravens, oh, a big save by the goaltender. as Sear was on the doorstep. Sear watching it. Now she's going to reverse the play. Sear tries to walk in with it. Ends up in the high slot. Now the Falcons away to the races there. The Falcons get turned back at the blue line, and now the puck comes back into the Ravens zone. Ravens backhand it down the ice. Gets back to the center before it gets fired back in. Hits a body, and now the Ravens have it in their own zone. They come across the ice, and Cabana's going to try and pick it up. Cabana lost their footing. The play continues. Both teams look a little bit tired here as the Falcons work it to the outside. Falcons from behind the net go around and now try to center it out front. The play comes around to the point, and that drop for the defender. She's going to fire it deep, and it's going to go out of play off of one of the Ravens' sticks as we get a stoppage in play. With 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second period, we're tied at 0, and the faceoff is deep in the Ravens zone to the left side of Babcock. Puck is dropped, faceoff 1 back to the point by the Falcons. They're unable to hold it onside though, so they're going to reverse or put it back into the Ravens zone, and now they touch up and go give a chase. Ravens from behind the net are going to stop a couple of times. Now Morin puts it on the wall on the near side. It comes back to Morin behind the net. She's going to reverse it back the other way. From the wall, Ravens get it all the way down into the neutral zone, and now they give chase. Puck comes back to the blue line, now passed across. Ravens going to try and come up the near side for Cabana. Cabana with a chip. Puck gets it back in her feet, now out to the point on the far side, and it comes up the ice. Falcons working their way up. They get their stick checked. Now back onto the stick of Cabana. Cabana protects the puck. She shoots it right on, saved by the goaltender as it comes over into the corner on the near side. Puck over to the far side from behind the net. Play slowed down by the Ravens. It's picked up there by Tran. Tran holds it onside. Tran walks with it. Now it ends up going back out of the zone and onto the stick of Morin. Morin goes D to D, and now skating with it is David. David walks her way in. David from behind the net. She doubles back and now puts it back towards the point. Play is red, and it's on the stick of the Falcon. Falcons get it around the defender, and now the Ravens. Nishi has to go pick it up. Nishi gets into a battle, but she puck goes out of the harm's way in behind the net. Now back out to the blue line and into the neutral zone. Falcons with it. They're going to go off the wall on the far side and try to feed it back in. This is going to fire it deep and give chase from behind the net. David is in after it. David puts it around the wall on the near side, back out to the blue line. Now a shot goes high in the air and caught by Babcock with 2:02 remaining in the second period. We're still tied at 0 here. Face off to the left side of Babcock. Miguel to take the face off. Puck drop, face off won by Miguel. It goes in behind the Ravens net and over to the far side. First one there is the Ravens Sear. Sear's going to come up ice with it. She's got a little bit of room. Sear with a chip, and now she's going to go to the corner. Now Sear's going to lose a handle on it as the Falcons kind of try and come out with it. Ravens defender steps in, and she's going to fire it back deep. Kay in after it. From behind the net, it gets reversed around to the far wall as Kay stepped in. Play continues as the puck comes back over to the near side. Miguel in after it. Miguel and Kay. Now the puck gets turned over and a shot right on. Saved by the goaltender for Sear in a good scoring position in the slot. About to take the face off is Miguel. She's got Kay and Sear with her. She wins it back to Kay. Kay leaving it for the defender. Now a shot towards the net. Hits a body in front. It gets chipped forward and onto the stick of Sear. Sear's going to chip it back in. It goes all the way back in, and now the Ravens have to give chase. Ravens on a change, though. It goes over off the wall on the far side. And now the Ravens hold it in. It gets in the feet of the Ravens forward, and they're going to put it right on net. Rebound comes out, but there's nobody there on the doorstep, and allows the goalie to grab it. 1 minute and 1 second remain in the second period. We're still tied at 0. Now there's a whole bunch of whistles going. They're telling the Ravens they're not allowed to change. Get back on your bench. Puck is dropped. It goes back to the blue line. From the blue line, comes over to the near side. Shot, picked wide. Now from behind the net, it goes up the near side. Puck comes over here on the near side. Hernandez steps up. The defender holds it in, and now the Falcons have it. Falcons clear it in. Now it goes off the wall. From off the wall back into the neutral zone. Ravens give chase as it goes off the neutral zone and down into the... Now back into the Falcon zone. They lose a handle on it, and the Ravens are going to bring it in. Cabana with a shot. It hits a stick and goes wide over the net. Now comes to the side of the net. Cleared back to the corner. Falcons go up ice with it. Ravens retreating back in their own zone. Play goes to the outside. Ravens step up on that one and make sure that it gets all the way down ice. Cabana with some speed. There's about 7 seconds left. Cabana's going to pick that up. She comes in from behind the net. Now she stops up. Cabana gets leveled, but the ref says it's a good clean hockey play. At the whistle, we're tied at 0. Shots are now 16-8 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. And the whistle goes to start the third period. We're getting this underway, 0-0 with 20 minutes on the clock. Nishi and Sear out there for the defenders. McDonald. Puck is dropped, face off won by McDonald. Goes over to Miguel. Miguel gets a stick on that one. It comes back over to now the puck over to the far side, picked up by the Ravens forward. She's going to carry it in and now shoot it towards the net, saved by the goaltender, and she's going to hold on to that one with 19:43 remaining in the first period. We get our first stoppage in play, and it's going to be held on to by the goalie for the face-off to the right side of the Falcons goalie. Miguel to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off goes just past the goaltender, and it goes in behind the net. Now backhanded towards the front of the net. Held to the outside by the Falcons. The Falcons now get control of it. They reverse the play around to the near side. Now backhand up the wall. Ravens seal up the wall as Nishi steps up on that one. Play continues as the Falcons go across ice, and now they get it out and down the ice. Icing will be called on the play as the face-off will make its way back down into the Falcon zone. Martin and David out there for the Ravens defenders. Puck is dropped, goes in behind the net. The Falcons win that one and they put it around the far side. David steps up on that one to put it back in the corner. A battle ensues with Cabana down low. Now it gets back picked up there. Ravens lose their footing, but they hold the puck in. It comes up the wall on the near side. Cabana tries to bring it back to the blue line, held there by the Ravens defender. She shoots it towards the net. It's tipped just wide. Puck goes up the near side. Cabana unable to hold it on, Morin unable to hold it on side. Now it goes over for Hernandez. Hernandez with it. Hernandez chips it in deep and gives chase. It goes out the far side from behind the net. Ravens put it into the corner for Cabana. Cabana back to the blue line. For the blue line, David shoots it towards the net. Tipped right on. Saved by the goaltender as it comes out the near side. Falcons with it. Their long pass forward gets onto the stick of one of the Ravens. Now the Ravens go back the other way. The Ravens skate up ice with it. Now shoot it towards the goal, and it goes off of a body and out of play. 18-12 remains in the third period. Face-off will be to the right side of the Falcons goaltender, deep inside the zone. We're going to have to get security in here as the parents are starting to get rowdy around our camera. We'll do the best we can here. Play continues down the near side as the Falcons have it. The Falcons working their way up the near side. It gets on the stick of the Ravens defender, Amadei. Amadei gets it out to the neutral zone and now comes back to her as the Falcons bring it in. Falcons step into the slot. Falcons from the far side now drop it back to the point. They go D to D from the near side. Shot towards the net. Gets a body in front now directed right on. Babcock gets a stick on it. She gets it back out. Ravens unable to clear it though. And now it's shot towards Babcock. She makes the save and leaves the play alive as the play comes over to the near side. Cabana gets it out to the middle. Now she's unable to get it across the blue line. The play continues. Now it gets out in the neutral zone. Play continues along the wall as Tran puts pressure on. Puck comes back out, goes over to Wing. Wing gets it deep. The goaltender just leaves that to play in the corner. Tran gives chase. Ends up on the stick of the Falcons. Falcons get turned over, and now Tran has it. Tran with a shot. Goes over to the near side as she misses the net. Back to the blue line. Nishi with it from the blue line. Tip just wide of the net. Falcons with it. Falcons double back. In behind the net over to the near side. From the near side. Play continues. Now the play goes back in behind the net. Falcons try to feed it up the far side. Held there by the Ravens. They put it backhand in. Now it goes up the middle, and the Falcons have it. Falcons working their way out. They lose a handle on it. Babcock just lets that go by her net. Back to pick it up is Nishi. Nishi being watched. Now she gets some help from Miguel. Miguel cuts up the middle, and now she passes it across for Kay. Kay unable to handle that one cleanly. Goes back for Nishi. Nishi up off the wall. Onto the stick of the Falcons, and the Falcons with a good move there. But the Ravens step in to keep it going to the outside. It gets on the Cabana's stick. Cabana puts it up the middle. Cabana working, or pass forward for Miguel. Now she loses a handle on it. Play comes back the other way. Ravens hold it to the outside. David off the wall. Now back in. Bounces into the corner off the ref and now centered. Shot wide of the net from the near side. Cabana gets it off the glass and down, and now Miguel gives chase. Sorry, Hernandez gives a chase. It comes back to the blue line, and now the Falcons take it across the ice to the far side. Falcons working their way in. A shot right on, saved by Babcock. Puck cleared down ice. It goes off of a Falcon and in behind the net. Play goes back into the zone. Deep in the zone. Ravens try to center it. Hits a body and comes out the wall. Now a centering attempt. Hits the blue line. Ravens backhanded back in. Now to the stick of one of the Falcons. Falcons are going to headman it forward. Now they chip it in deep. Morin back after it. Takes a funny hop off the back wall. Babcock gets a stick on that. Now a shot towards the net. Picked up there by David. David is going to shoot it down ice, and we're going to have icing on the play as the Ravens are looking for a change. Macy and Amade come back on the ice as the defenders here. Wing, Basquette, and Tran out there for the forwards. Tran to take the face off. Puck drop. Tran wins that one cleanly. It goes over to Macy. Macy with some speed behind her net. She cuts to the middle. Macy with some speed up the middle. She's going to find some open ice. She cuts to the outside. Now to the middle and a shot. Right on, saved by the goaltender. Macy from one end of the ice to the other gets the shot off and forces the save. No rebound there, and the puck is going to be dropped to the right side of the goaltender. Deep in the Falcons zone. Falcons win that face-off. They're going to carry it in behind their own net, being watched by Tran. Play continues. Puck comes back out to the side of the net. Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. Now it goes onto the stick of the Falcons. Now we have a penalty coming up, and it's going to be against. Ooh, let me see. Can't tell. There's a player who was hurt in the corner, and maybe they just blew it down because she was laying on the ice. I think the faceoff stays deep in the zone. There's no penalty, and 14 minutes and 20 seconds remains in the third period. We're tied at 0, and the puck gets dropped. The faceoff goes to the wall and back to the blue line. They go D to D, and that play is red. Now we have a bit of a breakaway as the Falcons come in on the Falcons with a couple of moves, and they get over. Babcock makes the save, and now it goes around the far side. From the far side back to the point. From the point, that's going to get shot towards the net. Babcock makes that save as Ring gets it on her stick. She looks forward for Basquette. Basquette works her way to the outside. Basquette gets it deep. Puck comes up the far side. The Falcons have it on their stick. Falcons looking to open it up, and they're going to cut towards the net. Now right to the net. It goes up in the air, and they can't get the shot off. It ends up on the Ravens' stick. They put it to the outside. Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. Tran has it. Tran with a pass across onto the stick of Basquette. Basquette with it. She puts it over looking for Tran. That gets on into the stick of one of the Falcons, and the Falcons go over to the far side. Surrey with it. She fires it deep. It goes around to the far side. Sorry, the near side from the far side, around behind the net. Now the Ravens try to carry it in. Ravens get pushed to the outside. Now it's chipped to the middle. The Ravens have to be careful there. Sear has it on her stick. She puts it in the zone, and the Ravens touch up. Falcons with it. Ravens off the wall. As they couldn't handle it. Now that gets in the Falcon zone. Ravens lose their footing. Play continues. As the Falcons cut up the middle. Falcons with a couple of moves and a whole bunch of speed. They're working their way up and through into the Ravens zone. Now a drop play, and the Ravens with a great play there by Sear. And now the play goes the other way. Ravens with a move, and now they lose a handle on it at the blue line, but Sear steps in. She's going to get a shot on net. The goaltender makes that save and holds on to it with 12 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the game. We're tied at 0. Miguel to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Miguel wins it to the wall, and she fires it deep. It ends up a battle down low as puck frees up. The Falcons bring it up the ice. Play continues in front of the ref, and now a couple of moves there is more, and make sure she makes no mistake to get that play forward. Now down the far side, McDonald's off to the races. McDonald cuts to the outside. Now McDonald trying to cut into the middle. She loses a handle on it. Play comes back to her. She tries to center it. It bounces around there, and now from the top of the slot, gets put over to the wall as the Ravens had pressure on them. Ravens step out on the ice, and now the play gets chipped in deep from behind the net. David picks it up. David goes up the wall. She's looking for Hernandez now onto the stick of McDonald. McDonald now cuts towards the net. She loses a handle on it, but the puck is out to the outside. Now the Ravens strip the puck off the forward, and it comes back out to the slot and onto the end of the net. And now the whistle goes with 11 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the game. Face-off is going to be the left side of the Falcons goaltender, deep in the Falcons zone. Hernandez out to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Falcons, and they're going to take it up the wall. The Ravens seal the wall briefly. Now the Falcons go back the other way, D to D, as they try to come up ice. The Ravens step in on that, but the play comes back out of the zone. The Ravens have to touch up. It goes over to the far side. Now walking in is the Falcons. Falcons from the outside, they drop the play back, and it gets on the stick of the Ravens. It goes back in and behind the net. Macy has it on her stick. Macy gets pushed out, and the play continues as the Falcons are onside. Play in behind the net. Macy's there with it. Macy goes off the glass. She gets it down ice. Basquette gives chase. Play gets reversed. Now the Falcons have it. They pass it out to the middle, and the Falcons are going to carry it into the zone. They cut in with it, and now Sear steps in. Sear takes the player into the corner, she comes out with it. Now to the far side, back to the point. From the point, shot high, hits the body in front. Ravens chip it out into the neutral zone. Falcons gain center ice and shoot it back in. Sear with it on her stick. Sear being watched. She's going to go up off the glass and down ice, and I think we're going to have icing. They say no icing on the play. But play continues with 10 minutes remaining. Play deep in the Falcons zone. Falcons backhanded back to the point. Nishi with it. She's going to shoot it towards the net. That's handled by the goaltender who holds onto that one. We're going to have a face-off deep in the Falcons zone with 10:02 remaining. Tran out to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by Tran. Shot towards the net. Hits the body in front. Bounces around in a bunch of feet there before it ends up on a Falcon stick. They get it out to the neutral zone. The Ravens hold it in at the blue line. Now the puck back to the blue line. Nishi off the wall and puts it back deep. The Ravens cutting behind the net. Tran unable to get to it. Now comes up the near side. Ravens shoot it towards the net. Saved by the goaltender who doesn't like what she sees there and holds on to that. 9 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the game. 0-0 is the score. The Ravens are doing a full-scale change. Front and forwards and D. Puck drop, face off one forward by the Falcons. The shot from the blue line hits some skates, but the Ravens hold it in. It comes towards the net. Now put back out to the wall. From the wall, cleared down the ice. Ravens get a touch on it. Now she's got to be quick as one of the Falcons was right on the doorstep. He gets back in the zone, and now the Ravens have a little bit of room. Working with it is David. David's going to carry it up ice, and now she chips it in and gives chase. It comes to the side of the net, but cleared to the outside by the Falcons. Play comes around to the near side. Held there by Morin. Morin chips it off the wall, puts it back deep. Now from behind the net, the Ravens get control of it. They come back off the wall, back to the point. David with a shot. It doesn't get through the fray in front. Now the puck gets back out to the neutral zone. Morin with it. Morin, she's going to try and pass it far side. That hops on the player and goes down ice. No ice on the play though, as the Ravens change up their defensive core. Play read by the Ravens, and now walking in with it. They're unable to get a clean shot off. Ball comes back in behind the net. And the Ravens score with 8:22 remaining in the game. From an impossible angle, I think it went off the back of the goaltender and in the net. A wise man said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Come in from behind the net, basket, puts it in the net. Hernandez out to take the face off. Puck is dropped. It goes back to the blue line. The Falcons win that one. They're going to put it up off the wall. Ravens now. They seal off the wall on the far side. Puck squirts out, and now the Falcons have it. Falcons work their way into a shooting position. That goes off Babcock and into the net. And we'll tie it run. .805 remains in the game. Trying out to take the face off. Puck drop, face off, won by Tran. She goes out the wall to the far side looking for Kay. Ends up on the stick of one of the Falcons. The Falcons walk their way in with it. Now, Falcons fall down. Ravens unable to get a stick though as a play. The puck continues through the slot. Now it comes over to the near side. Comes out on the stick of the Ravens. Back to the blue line. Ravens unable to handle that one cleanly. Now the Falcons walk in with it. There's a shot towards the net. It goes wide and out the far side. Ravens walk their way in. Now the Ravens cutting to the middle. Now it's Tran with it. Tran looking to go in behind the net. Tran still carrying the puck. Tran passes it out to the high slot. A shot from the slot. Saved by the goaltender. She chips it over to the wall. Play goes back to the blue line. Held there by Sear. Sear puts it back deep. It comes over to the near side. From the near side, it hits the ref as they try to reverse it around, and now it comes up to the near side again. Ravens seal off the wall. Battle up for the puck. Now it comes out. Ravens with it. Backhand towards the net. It gets directed over to the wall on the far side. Now a pass across the zone. It comes up the near side. From the near side, chipped in deep as both teams go for a change. Sear loses her footing. She picks it up now. She's going to go off the wall and down the ice, and I think we're going to have no ice on the play as it hit a player. Falcons with it. Play stopped by the Ravens. Ravens defender steps up. She's able to hold on to that. Now it comes over for David. David goes up ice with it. It gets into the neutral zone and now down into the Falcon zone. The Falcons behind their own net. They go up the wall on the far side. David puts it towards the net. Stopped by the defender for the Falcons. Falcons going behind their net. Now they put it up the wall. David steps up. It gets just past her. And now the Falcons coming back down the other side. Ravens able to slow that up. And now back after it's Morin. Morin has some pressure on her. Morin loses a handle on it, but she's able to get control of it. Morin puts it forward for Kay. Kay unable to handle it, but it gets past the defender. Now the play goes back down the other way and into the Ravens net, or Ravens end. David hops on her. Now comes back out. David with it. David over to the far side looking for Kay. Now the player walks out. She's going to walk towards the net. She tries to center it. The Ravens hold it to the outside. Play chipped over to the wall. Kay can't get there, and it comes back around to the near side. David keeps it out to the outside. She gets some help from Sear. Play goes back to the blue line and out of the zone. Ravens unable to get a stick on that, but now they have to touch up, and it's going to get fired down the ice as the Ravens are looking for a change. Here, 5:04 remaining in the game. 1-1 is your score. Face off the left side of Babcock. Hernandez to take the face off. Puck is dropped, face off one out to the wall. Now back to the point by the Falcons. Falcons battling for it. Ravens get control of it. Ravens fan on the pass, and now they get control of it. Skating with it is McDonald. McDonald out to the outside. Now she tries to carry it to the middle. She gets stick checked. The play gets deep. Now it comes back to the point. Stepping up on that one, the Ravens get it back down in the corner. From in the corner, and it comes back out to the slot. Ravens unable to capitalize on that. On to Macy's stick. Macy with a shot. It hits a body and comes over to the side of the net. Ravens unable to get control of it. Macy has to come back and pick it up. Macy has it on her stick. She's going to spin around to the far side with some speed. Now she cuts to the middle. Macy now drops it back for Amadei. Amadei puts it forward, and it gets across the zone and into the deep in the Falcons end. Ravens unable to get back. Sears on it. Sear being watched. It comes over to the near side for Nishi. Nishi puts it up and ends up on the stick of the Falcons. Falcons drag it. Nishi keeps it to the outside. Nishi unable to handle it cleanly, but it gets out to the outside. Now passed out into the high slot, but nobody there. Stepping up on that, there's a shot. It comes out the near side. Now bouncing around in the blue paint, goes out the far side. Sear tries to get it up ice, and she does as it gets cleared out of the zone. 3:45 remains on the clock. The puck gets out to the neutral zone. Sear's going to fire it in deep. And the Ravens finish their change. Puck comes over to the near side. Ravens put some pressure on. Deep in the Falcon zone. Play continues. And now out to the middle and onto the stick of the Ravens defender. Ravens unable to hold the zone, but it's on the stick of the Ravens forward. Now Tran's going to work her way in with it. Tran cuts the middle with some speed. She shoots it just wide. Now the Ravens direct it on net. It comes out the near side. Ravens drop back for the defender. She pinches on the play. Now comes back to the point. Shot from the point. Bounces around. Saved by the goaltender who was screened there. She didn't have any idea where that was. Play comes down ice, and now the Falcons working their way from the outside. Falcons cut to the middle, and a great play by Moore in there to cut it off the player on the outside. Now Basket loses the handle on it. She was trying to get it out of the zone. Now a shot from the point, saved by Babcock. Rebound gets cleared out to the blue line before the Falcons work their way into a shooting position. Save made by Babcock. Another save as it goes out to the far side. Ravens with it. Now they're passing it forward. It goes off the ice or off the wall and down the ice. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remains. Play continues deep in the zone as the Ravens are trying to put pressure on. They go to the net as the goaltender covers it. We have 2:08 remaining with the whistle going in the face-off to the right side of the Falcons goaltender. We're tied at 1. Face off one cleanly, goes back to Macy. Macy walks the blue line. Macy with a shot down low. She can't get it through the traffic. Now the shot comes through. It goes out the near side now. Falcons with it. Falcons work it up ice. Backing up is Amadei. She gets some help there from Miguel. Play goes in behind the net for Macy. Macy unable to handle it cleanly. Now it's Miguel with it. Miguel drops it back. Another walking out with it is the Falcons. Falcons getting right to the blue paint. Now a shot right on, saved by Babcock. Play continues as the Ravens are going to go to a penalty kill. Penalty being called against the Richmond Ravens. That's going to be 2 minutes, and it's going to be hooking. 1:34 remains in the game, and we're going to go. I think it's Hernandez is getting called. Yeah, Hernandez is making her way to the box for a hooking call. With 1:34 remaining, Tran comes out to take the face-off on this penalty kill. Now there's deliberation. Is there face-off or the penalty isn't on the board? Now it gets on the board. We're ready to go. Trying to take the face-off. Puck drop. Tran wins that cleanly. It gets on Amadei's stick. She gets it out as far as the blue line, but not out. Now the Falcons go cross ice with it. From the far side, the Falcons put it into a scoring position. Shot right on there, makes it through. Babcock as it hit a body in front and trickled through, and The Ravens are down by 1 with 1:20 remaining in the third period. She got a piece of it, but not enough. We're back to 5-on-5. And there's going to be a timeout called, I believe. Timeout called. Two one is the score. Coaches are going to work. Whistle go is signaling that the refs would like to finish this game up. 1:20 remains on the clock. Babcock makes her way towards the net. Sear, Amade, Hernandez, McDonald, and Tran out there for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Falcons. It goes back into the Raven zone. Back to pick that up is Amade. Amade goes up the wall. Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. It gets on the stick of one of the Falcons. They get a shot towards the net, hits a body in front, now comes back out to the neutral zone. Falcons are going to dump it back deep as the Ravens are looking to set it up. Hernandez back to Amade, back up to the point, and now doubling back. The Falcons are going to put it back into the corner. From the corner, the Falcons have control of it. Sear putting pressure on. 3 Ravens on the puck with 44 seconds remaining. Falcons able to kill some time. Hernandez with it. Hernandez forward looking for Tran. Tran can't get a hold of it. Now just put shot back in. Ravens with a little bit of room. Find Tran on the short side. She's unable to handle that one cleanly as Amade has it. Amade with a stretch pass, and now the Ravens go up ice. Babcock makes her way to the bench. Ravens. 20 seconds remains on the clock as the Ravens walk their way in, shoot it towards the net. It doesn't get through. Now back to into the corner. 11 seconds remaining on the clock. Looks like that'll be it as the Ravens are going to be playing for third place tomorrow. .6 seconds remains on the clock, and the ref decides to blow it down and says the puck is frozen. Basically expect the shot off the face-off if the Ravens are expecting to win at all. The Ravens lose 2-1 with a late goal in the third period. All right, the Player of the Game award once it gets set up here. For the Surrey Falcons. Goes to number 14. And Basquette gets it for the Ravens. Thanks for joining us. We'll be playing live tomorrow for the bronze medal game. Hope you can join us then.